Welcome back, everyone. I'm super excited we're here today. It's a beautiful day outside. I thought I'd hit the back deck and just bring out some of the pocket knives that I really like and share them with you today. I've also got just some little tips and tricks with these little guys, and they're fabulous, and I love having them on the trail. I love having them when I day hike, when I backpack, when I camp, and I take different ones for different reasons, and I just wanted to share those with you today. Okay, this first knife I want to show you is just fantastic. This is the one I've had since I was 12, and this is the one I carry with me all the time. It's a little heavier, so if you're watching your ounces and your grams, you definitely want to decide whether having all the features is what you want or if you would like to have it more lightweight. This knife is fantastic. Like I said, it's got the Phillips head screwdriver, and I have actually taken this out of the country and we have built decks, used it to build decks, little houses, various things with this exact knife when we ran out of tools. So it definitely comes in handy. We've got like a little, even has a little magnifying glass. How cute is that? Like, wow, look at that. Works like a charm. And we've got the tweezers, and look at those tweezers. Those tweezers have actually gotten multiple splinters out of people. So that's a good pair of tweezers. And then we've got our toothpick here. Whoops, he's getting stuck. But we've got our toothpick in here. We've got, let's see, the blades. Let me talk about blades real quick and blade safety. See how this blade comes up really high? This is one of our main blades, which is great that it's up so high and it's very easy to get to. You can pull it out, and this is how you open a knife. You open it with your hands on both sides. You use two hands. You pull it open and it clicks. I hit the camera a little bit on that click, but that's okay. And then you hold your knife like this. I try to keep my hands as far away from this blade edge as possible. And then when you use a pocket knife, especially one with a non-locking blade, and you are whittling or carving something, you want to point the blade away from you and cut away from you. So if you're whittling, you want to cut away from you at all times. If you're cutting up fruits and vegetables, remember to cut down. Do not try to cut up or anything. Cut down into the side and away from you, and you want to make sure that everyone is out of the way, especially when you've got small children around. They are super curious about these knives because they're so cool. But they want to get close and see what you're doing. So just be very careful. There are a couple of ways when you close this knife. A lot of people will say hold it to the side and bring it up and close it like this. I close mine because I need a better grip on mine. I actually hold my knife from back. I put my hand on the back of the blade and I push it down and I close it like that. But I make sure that my hand is out of the way of the knife. But this knife is larger, but it's been fantastic. And this is what I use as a multi-tool so much of the time. But I do keep this in my purse and it goes with me just about everywhere. The first knife that I ever had, though, was my very first knife was the little camp knife, and it's called a camper knife. So this is a close-up of the camper knife that I had as a scout. This was fantastic. We did our little camp meals on it, you know, like cooked with our camp meals. It's very sturdy. They still sell these. It's got a little spoon, and I love this knife. I would say for a first knife for any person that's not used knives, this will be a great knife to have if you do a lot of camping and things. So you've got a little fork on here, and I love it so much. And this blade has whittled so many pieces of wood, And I used this as a small child, and I loved it. It's been everywhere. The blade's a little loose because I've used it so much and it's so old, but I love it. Now this is what I was showing you. When the blade is closed, it's a little harder to get the can opener open. So I've got that, but I will immediately close this knife if I'm going to use the can opener. Never, ever, ever try to use your knife with multiple tools open, because the risk of injury is just too high and it's not worth it, especially back in the backcountry. But this has been a fantastic knife, and knives like this are available online, and I would suggest getting one. I loved it. I used it for everything as a little scout, and you can also hang it from your neck or your cook set. It's pretty fantastic. Also, another knife that I take with me backpacking, hiking, all kinds of things is a little Gerber knife. Now this knife is a little different. It is a pocket knife. All right, this is more of a close-up of my little Gerber knife, and I wanted to show this to you. There are a few features on here that are a little different. You know, we've got the belt clip. So this is, you don't always see this in the package at the store. So I wanted to definitely show you that. These cutouts are really, really good because it also helps you keep it cleaner, but it also lightens the weight of this knife. I want you to hear this, see if you can hear it. Hear that click? So this is a locking blade knife, and I really like it because you can get a really good grip on it, and I don't get as nervous using these. I still use my knife safely. I cut away from myself, and I'm left-handed, so I, for whatever reason, will a lot of times whittle with my right hand, and I will cut vegetables with my left because I'm left-handed, but I learned to cut with my right. So I'll use both hands. But this, if you'll see, this fits perfectly in my hand, and it's just fantastic. And I'm going to move my fingers out of the way just in case, you know. But as you push on, it's locked. So if you push on the back of the blade, it's going to stay locked. And that makes it somewhat of a fixed blade, and it's just really nice, feels safe. The locking mechanism is here on the inside. So if you're used to, let's flip this over, if you're used to a knife that has a locking mechanism on the outside, sometimes it's like, oh no, where is the locking mechanism? Which is exactly the way I reacted when I got this knife. This, you just push it over to the side. And when I'm closing this, notice my hands are in the way. I just close it just a little teensy bit, and then I flip it over into my safe closing. So this is a really great knife for that. My son does some sort of like these little knobs on the side are to easily, you know, help you get it open. And that's kind of nice. So he likes it. He plays with his though, and he like flips it out and all kinds of stuff. I don't do that. I'm not fast enough for that, but it does help because I'll show you. Let's see. This is a little difficult because of my hand things that I have with my grip, but it is a little nice because some of the pocket knives will have like a teeny tiny little groove here that you pick up. So this one does have a little bit of space here that you can pinch it and pull the blade out. But this is kind of nice. The little knobs help out a little bit too. So if your dexterity is a little off, it really helps out, like mine. Anyways, I love this little Gerber knife. This is a great knife to just carry in your pocket. Great for utility as well. Okay, this is the Leatherman Squirt. I love this knife. It was gifted to me by one of my children, and I put an orange ribbon on it because I lose everything in the woods. And if it's black, I'm more likely to lose it in the woods, in the house, everywhere else. But Leatherman is a really cool product because they always have, it's a multi-tool, but it also has pocket knife capabilities. But this multi-tool, see, we've got just like a really decent set of pliers, and pliers are just always very handy. and they're good to have around. This squirt is really lightweight. It's very small. Like you'll see, just like the first aid knife that I have is about the size of my pinky, like 2 pinkies really, because each side, but it's about the height of my pinky. It's got a lot of great things. The blade is on the outside, which is really nice, like easily accessible. They know, they knew the assignment, and they answered our need with that. It's fantastic. And I'm really glad that they chose to put that right on the outside. We've got like a metal file here. So the squirt's got a lot of cool features, not just the pliers. The pliers are pretty great. But let's see, what else do we have? We've got this little tool here. This isn't sharp, so I am handling it quite a bit. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got a flathead screwdriver. There it is. Look at this, y'all. This is so great. And it's right on the outside. This is what I like most about the Squirt as opposed to the full-size Leatherman, because you can easily get to all of the tools that you need, and you know, you don't feel at risk of cutting yourself so much or having multiple blades open. It just has almost exactly what you need when you need it. So we've got this flathead screwdriver. You can also have like the little can opener all together. Also, this has, oh, I opened that, but let's see what else we've got. And then the little scissors on here too. So you've got your little scissors for opening up packages and cutting string and things you want scissors for. So this Squirt is a really fantastic, it's quite a bit heavier than the pocket knife that I carry in my first aid kit all the time. But if I'm going on a longer trip and I think I might need the pliers or some of the different tools in here, I will definitely take this little Squirt along. This one, I actually carry it in my purse as well sometimes. It just depends on what I'm doing that day. But this Squirt is just fantastic, and I love it so much. Now, this little guy is just fantastic. I keep this one in my first aid kit. Let me open it. It's like, I mean, it's literally the size of my pinky. See that? But this knife is fantastic. It's great for my first aid kit. This opens up. See the little groove that I talked about with the other knife? You still have to be very careful because the blade does not lock and it's very sharp on the end. So you have to be careful. But this blade has been really good in a first aid situation, like just a little bit of, you know, removing splinters. And then if you break a fingernail or need a file for something, it's got a little file in there. And sometimes I'll chip my fingernails and it's just irritating. So that's kind of fun to have. I've got of course, the tweezers. Let's see, the tweezers are just really great for splinters, ticks, just all kinds of great things. And I've used them for little splinters. And of course, we've got the toothpick, and the toothpick is can be really handy. And of course, for my little crafts that I like to take with my friendship bracelets or cutting tape or getting into packages, I've got this cutesy little scissors here. And that is what this has. Very basic. So I will take this in my first aid kit that I carry with me on day trips. I carry my first aid kit with me just everywhere I go outside, just about, unless it's just like a quick trip after work. But it stays in my first aid kit, and it's a great little backup knife or a little primary knife, and it's super light. And for me, every ounce counts for sure. But I love this knife, and I wouldn't have any other knife in my first aid kit. It's just perfect. So a knife that I just recently got was this neck knife, the CRT knife. And let me open this up. There we go. You kind of have to pull it a little bit, which is fine, because you don't want it falling out of the sheath. Here, let me put the sheath here so you can see it. But this little katana is just so great. It's got a synthetic handle here, and I like that because with wood, sometimes it will swell in the humidity, and where we are, you know, it's so humid, and the humidity, and I also like to swim and boat and do, you know, various water things. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal. It is, I like wooden handles, but I don't know, this, I just really like it. Also, I love how this handle fits my hand. Online, there were some thoughts that people had that it was too small for their hand, but for my hand, it's perfect. So when they said that in the reviews, I knew this was probably the knife for me. But this is the CRT Minimalist Katana. Let me flip it around. I'm more left-handed. I love this. It's full tang, so this is the back of the knife. It's full tang here, and that means that it's a continuous piece of stainless steel. It is stainless steel, which it resists rust. It's very strong. I love it. So I've also used this knife to cut up this part of the knife here is really great for cutting up cheeses and fruits and things like that. And this end would be good for boring, and it's also nice and pointy. And if you needed to insert your knife into anything, this point is fantastic for that. I just love carrying this knife. It's super light. Even with the case, it's super, super light. And check this out. Like when you put it in the case, it locks. And did you hear that click? It clicks and locks into the case, but not so much that you can't get it out. When I'm walking and carrying it, it doesn't, I don't have a risk of it falling out of the sheath here, which is pretty great. And the sheath is like a hard plastic, pretty great. This is a perfect knife for carrying on your backpack, on your chest strap, or on your waist. You can adjust the back clip on this and just have it wherever you want. And I love it. Also, this is great, a life jacket knife. If you probably should carry a knife when you have your life jackets on in case you get entangled with anything, and it's perfect. I love this knife, and it's a very handy little knife, and its advantage over a locking blade pocket knife for me is that I can quickly deploy it if I need it, just a little bit more quickly, and it's actually a little lighter than all my other knives, or just about all my other knives, not my first aid knife. But anyways, I love it, and I wanted to share this one with you too.